the M.L.M for the Soul channel, and I do have a new topic for today. But before I begin, I wanted to say that may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people I want to thank who have been very inspirational and on my path. And I will have links to their sites where you can find out more about what they're doing and check them out and share them with others as well. They are Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rav Daniel Asore, and Alona Nava, and Yuval Ovadia. So I have a lot of new people I've included now as inspiring me. Just amazing, amazing stories and journeys. And I think we can learn a lot from so many people now in this world that will help us, really inspire us to do better and to get closer to Hashem and really help others as well who are, trying to or don't know how to. So the topic for today, I'm calling it Is Always Good. So again, I'm referring to the Sefer Tehillim. This is the Artscroll Interlinear Translation and I will have a link to their website and also which psukim and prakim, which chapters and verses I'm reading from. So two different verses that I'm going to read from today and then expound upon. First is in Perek Samach Tet, which is 69, and the pasuk I'm going to be reading from is pasuk Yud Zayin, which is 17. And it goes like this: Aneni Hashem ki tov chastecha, karov rachamecha, pnei Elai. Answer me, Hashem, for good is your kindness. According to the abundance of your mercy, turn toward me. So, explanation below on for good is your kindness. So he's saying, Rav Hirsch says, whatever Hashem's kindness ordains is always good, however harsh it may seem to us. So we have to remember this. We have to almost imprint this on our soul, because our physical being, it doesn't always have a chance to comprehend this, and it doesn't stick. It's not like glue, but we have to kind of almost shoot it into our brain and keep repeating it. Again, whatever Hashem's kindness ordains is always good, however harsh it may seem to us. So what it's saying is that everything Hashem does is kindness for us, even though to us, in being a human being, we look at it as harsh. Hashem is being kind to us, and whatever He ordains is always good, because Hashem is trying to get us closer to Him. So it depends on how we are. Action, reaction. Think about it. If we do something, there's going to be action that happens in regard to it. And it depends on which direction you choose to go. Things will be different all the time. So the more you choose to do something that is in the proper direction, the more it will be good. You won't have to have anything that may seem like a challenge, or we should call it more of an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth, because that's what it really is. Hashem wants us to be closer to Him, and it may seem to us that He's not doing that, but He's always doing that. He's never done it any other way. Hashem has always been the same. It is we who are doing things differently. It's we, if we're straying, if we remove ourselves more from the light, the source of light is Hashem. So if we keep going backwards more and more, taking us further away from the light, it'll seem to be dark. It'll seem that we have no direction because we're moving further away from it. But the light is still there. We're just not close enough to see it. So meaning we have to keep striving to get closer. That's very important. And then the next pasuk that I'm going to read to you is, I find it here. I have my little paper here. So this one is Perek Ayin Gimel, and it is pasuk Chaf Ches, which is 28. Okay, and it goes like this: Va'ani kirvat Elokim li tov. But as for me, nearness to Hashem is my good. Shati Bahashem Elokim Machsi V'saper Kol Mal'achotecha. I have placed in Hashem my trust to recount all of your works. So what is explained here according to, it doesn't have who it's according to, but the words Kirvat Elokim li tov, nearness to Hashem is my good. So what does this mean? When people refer to events as being either good or bad, they are usually describing their perception of these events rather than the nature of the events themselves. But the psalmist declares, nearness to Hashem is my good. When I am loyal and faithful to Hashem, and He is thus near to me, all events are good. Whatever He metes out to me, reward or chastisement, is truly for my benefit. So that's what it means by nearness to Hashem is my good. So again, it's talking about how when we see events as being either good or bad, it's our perception rather than the nature of the event itself. It's how we perceive it. And again, it's with our consciousness, not our subconscious or our soul. Because if our soul really could pay attention to what it sees, it would look at it much differently. So it's not the nature of the event itself. So what he's saying here is that when I am loyal and faithful to Hashem, and He is near to me, all events are good no matter what, even if He gives me a reward or the opposite. Everything is for my benefit. So we have to really, it's a hard quote unquote pill to swallow, that knowing that everything is going to be for the best, and in the end we will know that. We will see that when we see our story, when we go up to Shemayim, we will know that, wow, this is why this and this happened. This is why I missed the bus, or this is why I was late to work, or this is why anything you could think of that to you might seem, like it's a disturbing or upsetting, or, I'm late to work, or the light changed on me, or that guy's going too slow ahead of me in traffic. All these things Hashem is putting in place for a reason, every little detail. You think about stories that happen where someone missed an airplane and then something happened to that airplane, or they were late because their kid was crying and screaming and needed their attention, and then because of that something was supposed to happen to them and didn't. So Hashem his hashgacha, his paying attention, he looks at everything that's going on and puts out what needs to happen all the time. It's just amazing when you hear stories of other people. Like I've heard so many stories of people with different experiences and how Hashem was right there helping them along. It's just amazing. That's why I share with you some of the people that I link you to some of their sites now, some of these newer people that have some amazing information to share. Then the reason why is because I want you to learn, like, wow, this is just amazing. Like, how could this person have survived if not for the hashgacha of Hashem, if not for Hashem being there and almost like taking hold of them and creating this miracle? Because that's all you can say. It can't be any other way. There's just it's not humanly possible. And even people who would say something afterwards and say, yeah, this was not, there's no way you were supposed to survive. It's just not. It's not humanly possible. That's why Hashem is beyond that. Hashem is beyond nature, beyond human, because He's not. So, because He's above everything, He can change anything in a split second, or less than a split second, if He decides that that's what He wants. So that's very important to remember. Everything Hashem does, He does for a purpose, and it is for your benefit. So we have to remember that and really hold that to be true. It is always good no matter what. So you have to really keep saying that and keep instilling that in yourself. Anytime you're going through something, anytime something is going to happen, instead of starting to think about it intellectually, stop for a second and say, oh, no, it's always good. Hashem, everything Hashem does is always good. And tell yourself that. The idea is you should become part of you, that you don't even have to think about it anymore. You just know it. You calm down. You don't start to think any other way, because then that means that you don't have that emunah in Hashem. Because that's what we really need to strive for, is knowing that it's always good. No matter what, it is always good. So if you could kind of tell your brain that little, you can call it a mantra, whatever you want, you could give it some chizuk, to help strengthen it, to help strengthen your soul, to keep saying it and not letting the other side influence you to think it's otherwise. Because even the worst possible thing, think of people in history who have gone through lots of problems in our history, and yet they've come through, and they knew that everything Hashem does. Look at Avraham Avinu. Look what he went through, his 10 nisyonot, his 10 trials, and he was successful to the end, even when he was told to take his son and bring him to sacrifice. Hashem never said to kill him, he said to bring him for a sacrifice. But imagine, he went and he did it with such zealousness, with such quickness, like he did it right away. He got up early in the morning, he got up very early, and went and because this is what Hashem wanted. So wow, like, could we even do that if Hashem came to one of us and said, well, you need to take your child and this is what you need to do? I don't know if we in this day and age could ever be on the level that Avraham Avinu was to even think about doing that. It's not hard. It's just very difficult to even imagine that. But he knew it. He knew that everything Hashem does is good. So we have to try and work very hard to emulate that. And I hope and pray that with all of us knowing that everything Hashem does is good, we can all get closer to Hashem through the mitzvos and practice kindness to other people and have emunah in Hashem, and that He bring the Mashiach speedily in our days, and we get to merit to live and see it, and the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash. Thanks for watching.